Good day, I'm Gert van Zyl. I'm a safety consultant working for myself. I'm also a trained facilitator, assessor and moderator. I enjoy working with people, but I must say I also enjoy working with young people. I've been full-time working with young people for 22 years before I went into health and safety. And now to come back to my questions that I have to answer. The first one, as you know, how has my leadership changed? Well, I think even in the beginning, before I started, my first session at the COPS, I said something that still sticks with me, and that is for a long time, especially with everything that goes on in South Africa, I became part of the problem for some time. Bickering and complaining about everything that's wrong, and showing finger to everybody that's doing everything wrong. And at Partners for Possibility, I actually got the opportunity to become part of the solution and not only part of the problem. I became a competitor and I became involved instead of sitting on the on the sideline. So I think that's the most important thing that changed in my life. I realized that it is important to be part of people's lives, part of their stories, part of their narrative. And in that way, not only will I understand them better, but I will also be able to lead them better. And then, what changed in my relationship between me and the principal? Actually, everything. We realized, even from the start, that our stories are similar, and although we have different backgrounds and we come from different worlds, our dreams, our desires, our needs are very similar. Our pain and also our anxiety within South Africa, but also with our families and the school and our works are the same. And that opened an opportunity for us to connect and work together. I also think that we also said that a partnership is if a partnership has to work effectively, it has to come from trust, and trust can only be built in time. So we also said that 1 year is not enough to build proper trust. We have to build on and go on even after the year is finished. Then what do you want to do in the future? Now, actually, we had a lot of plans, a lot of things that we set out to do, and eventually a lot of those things started to sort themselves out at the school without me getting involved physically, only on a mentoring basis and supporting and giving advice where advice was needed. I think in an essence I realized that might have been my main role, is to be an ear, to be a board that the principal can just load off and share his anxieties and his problems and his issues, and together we found solutions and he implemented them very well. And as he also explained to me, the things that happened in his staff, there's a lot of new things coming from our relationship. I think it will continue like that. I will continue to be a ear for him, and wherever necessary, I will assist, help, and I mean, and I hope our relationship can continue in some way or the other. And then why must people join the program? To grow, to develop, to change, to become bigger than you are now. I think we all get caught up in our own little world, and this is an opportunity for us to expand our own world and become part of other people's world as well. And I also believe that we all, each one of us, doesn't matter who we are, have something to give, and those people. I think there's a lot of people out there, especially businessmen, that's got skills and they've got knowledge and they've got some of them got time to really make a difference, really make an impact. They might think it's small, but that small thing you do now, it sometime might grow to something big, something something that sounds insignificant now might be something huge to somebody else. But thank you, and thank you for the opportunity I had to join you guys for 1 year. I'm really sad that I cannot be there to enjoy this time with everybody. I would have really enjoyed it, and I hope that we will continue in some or other way with our relationship. And blessings for you and strongs.
Where's Patrick? Right there. So this was Patrick's business leader, and he has sent the video because he cannot be here. So I will assist Patrick on his journey, reporting back.
Are we holding each other?
How do you want to? This way or that way? Which way you want to walk?
Take come this side.
Should I come this side? Okay. And do you want to go that direction?
We can go this direction.
Let's go the opposite side.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. It is just time again that we are meeting, and we have had such a very fantastic and a very long time together. Long but short at the same time. Last year, around this time, around March, when we started meeting and beginning to know each other, it was a fantastic experience, and we were asking ourselves questions: where are we moving, and what is this whole thing about PFP, these partners, and all that? At the same time, we're very excited. And I must indicate that my leadership has really changed, drastically so. When I started at the school, I was from a different school. Like I was from a former Model C school. And going into the education, for me it was tough. But luckily I started as a deputy, and then after some few years I became the principal of the school and learned some of the things in the process. But still, because my former school, I was there for many years. I think it was for about 12 years. Then only after 3 years, I became the principal in the school. And you remember that, or you understand that where I'm coming from. And the culture there is different. You have to understand each and every one. And immediately after joining this group, I was able to sit back, think about it, think about myself, what direction am I willing to take, and then in all the discussions, it helped me to grow as a leader. Because before, if I may be specific, I would do things myself. I would run meetings, staff meetings, briefings, and you name it. But eventually, in the process of this gathering here, I learned that that was not the right way to do it or to go about it, but to involve other stakeholders as well. In an SMT meeting, it doesn't mean I have to be the chair in that meeting. The deputy can run the meeting, or any other HOD can run the meeting. Like for an example, even yesterday we had our staff meeting. A post level 1 teacher was actually the chair of the meeting, and then we drafted the agenda last week, and each and every educator was given a slot to say, this is the agenda, and then you will be focusing on this because you are more into this particular area. For instance, safety and security in schools. There's a teacher who is the coordinator there. So he was actually the one who was presenting it. But before, I would do these things myself and explain and all this, and everyone is looking at me and is asking themselves questions. What is this man trying to say? You know, he doesn't have an idea. But I noticed that, yes, it was true, because I'm not saying things that I really, understand clearly. So that really assisted me to get everyone involved. I'm involving everyone, learners, even in the SGB, learners are part and parcel of the SGB, and they're given an opportunity also to share their experiences, or in each and every kind of a meeting where we are meeting. I think Gert is right to say we are from different backgrounds, and that as we met from the beginning, starting to know him, having some tea together, coming to my school, discussing my role as a principal, and advising me at the same time to say, look, this is how you can deal with this is how you can deal with that. And you'll find in an institution or in a school, there are teachers who have been there for ages. They'll tell you I've been here for 30 years. And at the beginning, I was like, I didn't want to hear anything from them. I would focus on newly appointed teachers. But I was missing a point, because these people that have been here for 30 years or donkey years or whatever you may call it, they're actually the relevant people to help you grow also as a principal. And then this project helped me to go back and say, let me get closer to them, have one-on-one meetings or sessions. Let me get to understand them. What is the objective about the school? What is, it helped me. And when I started, we were at 67% matric results, and then we moved to 77%. From 77, we moved to 85%, and then we moved to 89%. We dropped last year to 85%. But I must indicate that it was a process, and being in this team, I think it helped me even more. When we got 85% last year, and I said this 85% is actually meant for the PFP, because everything that we were doing, we were sharing our experience or expertise from this very same group. And I really want to say thanks for this opportunity. I really want to wish that we continue with this moving forward, because honestly speaking, this is a platform where we share ideas, we get to understand each other, and different leaders sharing their experiences. That's wonders, because alone you won't make it. So I really want to wish that moving forward, this very same committee or team continues, so that we build each other again. When you think of all the meetings that we have been together and how we share things in there, I think it has been really fantastic. Marianne, I know, in some of the meetings I'll be coming running there and late and all that, but you've always been a true leader. You'd always give us the smile. You give us direction to say, look, as long as you made me aware that you're going to be a little bit late, or you won't make it for this and that, that also helped me to grow as a person, to say, if you're a leader, you have to be, on time, and make other people aware what is bothering you, or if there's anything standing your way. So I must say, thank you for the opportunity. And the whole team, we have really been together, and it has helped us a lot as principals in this cycle. And we're hoping the new team coming will also learn a lot from this. I want to say thanks for that.
Good. Just stand up. I want to say, Patrick, breathe. Just breathe. As you can say, this is a man with a plan. He's got a mission. He walks fast because he wants to go places. And it's good. And thank you for being on this program. We learned a lot from you. And I wish you well. And I know that you are implementing your learnings because I sit with you and I saw how it is different. But you must remember to breathe in between.
Yeah, no.